now.
About an hour ago, potential tropical cyclone number one, fancy name for just something that means something's going to develop and then move into land within 2 days. But it's a term given to these systems by the Hurricane Center to be able to issue products like the forecast cones I was trying to show earlier. I think the clicker's all sorted out now. But this features in the Bay of Campeche. It's there. You see the enhanced satellite imagery, the reds there, the deep reds. That's the convection firing up around this disturbance. It does have some 40-mile-per-hour winds with it, and this is the cone. You see that moving north of Tampico, south of the Texas-Mexico border. This is going to be Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and this is what I think is interesting about this forecast. The tropical storm watches up and down the Texas Gulf Coast, including for us here, they're not in place where this is forecast to make landfall, and that's because the wind generation with this event specifically has more to do with the difference in pressure. You saw the national story earlier about all the heat in the Northeast. This big region of high pressure is going to contrast with this developing system, and that difference in pressure is why the winds will be stronger, some 250 miles north of center of this feature. So that's the wind mechanism with this. Along that same channel, that's where that feed of tropical moisture will be streaming right into the Texas Gulf Coast, and it's this combo that's bringing the wind speeds up and delivering copious amounts of moisture to us. We may have some occasional gusts up into the low-end tropical storm force range. I think 20 to 30 sustained, gusts up to 45 tomorrow, Wednesday, and early Thursday for coastal locations. Breezy still inland, but just below tropical storm force. So yes, it will be pretty fresh with respect to the winds, but it's not going to be a direct correlation to center of storm as the reason for those winds getting gustier. So for Corpus Christi, breezy if not windy Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And again, we could have some wind gusts in low-end tropical storm force range, which is 39 miles per hour or higher. This is how our in-house computer modeling shows this low moving in. I think it's a good spot considering where the forecast cone is. By Wednesday morning, we're looking at lots of rain. This will be heavy rain. The atmosphere is super saturated. Rainfall rates could be up over 2 inches an hour with this tropically induced rain activity. Meantime, the low moving in between Tampico and the Texas-Mexico border. One other thing on this map, you see how these bands start setting up. As these move in Wednesday, Thursday, it won't be a widespread area that catches one of those, but under those little bands of rain, there will be very heavy rain and high rainfall totals, I think exceeding the general forecast. So all of this starts to move inland into mountainous Mexico by Thursday. That's when we'll start to see the rain chances trend down, but not before significant amounts of rainfall. Slight risk for flooding Tuesday, moderate risk for flooding Wednesday, and then it moves off on Thursday, but still a marginal chance for, if one of those heavier showers comes through, getting us with some flooding rains. I think we could see anywhere between 4 and 8 inches near the coast, some locally higher amounts under those feeder bands if one of those moves in. You step those totals down as you get farther inland. I think the watershed, the southern half of it, gets 3 to 6 inches of rain, and then 2 to 4 north and west of San Antonio. These still subject to change a little bit, but the picture and the takeaway is that we're in line for some significant rainfall. These feeder bands, again, they're going to be stripes of rain that are enhanced. They're going to be heavy areas of rain. No way to know where those set up now, but if you find yourself under one of those, and they could extend well inland, totals could be up closer to a foot of rain under one of those feeder bands if they set up in this region. So that's something to keep an eye on. Rain chances up significantly Tuesday night into Wednesday. We're looking at widespread rain, numerous showers, some thunderstorms possible through Thursday. As far as waves go, 8 to 10 feet Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at a 10-second period. Rip current risk will be very high on beaches facing the Gulf of Mexico, and the tides, if you want to call it surge, you can call it that, but 2 to 3 feet above normal on the tides. That's going to flood some roads and lower lying areas and coastal location. Some coastal flooding also going to be possible, so the beach is not going to be a great place to be this week, considering all of these impacts that we've got headed our way. Tomorrow, I think just widely scattered stuff for the majority of the day. We still get into the low 90s, but Wednesday, Thursday, those 2 days offering really good chances for rain. That's when I think most of the totals will start to tally up. Again, I'm saying 4 to 8 inches of rainfall here, maybe more in localized areas. So flooding is definitely a concern. Turn around, don't drown. If you find yourself on a flooded roadway, maybe in a rural area, you don't want to have any trouble there. By Thursday, it'll be, more rain in the morning, less in the afternoon, and then we really taper it off Friday. And right now, weekend, aside from an isolated shower or storm, looking drier and hotter. More to come. We'll continue to update how we do all the time.
Sure, we just got to get through this week till we get to that sunshine.
We do.
The week.
Exactly. All right, Alan, we know you're tracking a lot for us. Thank you so much.